Are you stressing over what Bible translation you should use? Let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Terry, and I enjoy sharing the wisdom, a little bit of wisdom that I've gained over my years of life. And recently, people have been asking me, well, what's the best Bible translation to use? Which one? Which one can I trust? So I wanted to talk a little bit about that today. I'm going to use this graphic here. This is Wes Huff's version of this. There are a lot of these similar graphics all over the internet, but this one was created by Wes Huff. If you're not familiar with Wes, you need to look him up and follow him. He's probably the most trustworthy current day theologian that I know, that I'm aware of. So let's take a look at this. The basic breakdown of the Bible versions that we have are what Wes refers to as formal equivalents, dynamic equivalents, and paraphrases. Now, there's a saying among photographers, which is the best camera? That discussion's been going on for years. What's the best camera that I should get? And the answer is always the one you'll use. The best camera is the one you'll use. And I could say the same thing for Bibles. Which is the best Bible translation? And basically, it's the one you'll use. Which one will you open and read? Now, these three breakdowns are really created for different purposes. And as you see here, the formal equivalents are the word-for-word translations. And then the middle section, dynamic equivalents, is thought for thought. And then on the right side is paraphrases. Now, which one of these can you trust? These mainstream Bible translations, you can pretty much trust any of them. And, a lot of the indicators are, were they translated by a group or a foundation or by one person. And looking at the right side here, the Message was actually translated by one, and that was Eugene Peterson, and it was released over a period of time, 93 to 2002. And he wasn't trying to deceive anybody by the Message. He was just trying to make it easy to read. He wasn't trying to change the meaning. Now, there are some outliers that, outlier translations that you should be careful of, because they're trying to change the meaning of the Bible to fit an agenda. Those you need to steer clear of. But these mainstream versions are pretty trustworthy, depending on what you're trying to get out of it. Now, a lot of people, for example, the King James Version is pretty hard to read because it's Old English. And while it's accurate, a lot of the words in that translation meant different things back in Old English and than they do now. So it could get a bit confusing. The Message was the man's attempt to make it very clear. Not word for word accuracy, but he paraphrased it in a way that would make better sense in current language. So that's what the Message is all about. And a lot of you are familiar with the NIV, which is very popular, probably one of the most popular translations, the New International Version. It's there right in the middle. And so, it's a thought for thought. and then another one over on the left, word for word, is the English Standard Version, ESV, which is very popular, and the one I use, the NASB, the New American Standard Bible. Now, word for word would be targeted to those people who are studying the Bible, who are getting down into the weeds, what different things mean, and they're more interested in a word for word translation. If that's too much, or oftentimes if you're a new Christian, you don't have the patience to get buried in that kind of a translation. So that's where the Message comes in. And again, the one that suits you is the one you'll use, and the Message is one of those. So the important thing to remember, and the reason I say these can all pretty much be trusted, is they all go back, all the way to the left there. You see interlinear, and that is basically copies of the original texts. And all of these, pretty much all of them, take the NASB, for example. That was a team of experts, theologians, experts in language, and they went back to the interlinear and kind of retranslated, based on the language as we know it in more current times. The King James Version was as they understood it back then. But there again, there's a lot of language differences even between the King James Version and now. So, but basically, everybody had teams of theologians, other than the Message. Everybody had teams of theologians that went back and compared the old language with what we know today, and we've learned new things. In 1947, when the Dead Sea Scrolls were uncovered, it helped a lot. It didn't change a lot, but it clarified a lot from the language, translating the language. More than anything, it confirmed what we already knew. So we learn new things with our language. We learn new things about the original texts. We get new discoveries about the original text that really doesn't change much, but it clarifies some things. No matter which translation you get, you can of the mainstream translations, these here, you can pretty much trust them. I want to thank you for checking in. I hope that was helpful. If you have questions, post them down in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks for stopping in, and if this kind of content suits you, then please subscribe, leave comments, and share. Okay, so thanks for stopping in now, and we will talk to you soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.